What? A deadly flu virus going around Salem? What is going on? Let's find out.
He used to watch his favorite show, then got a job on a TV show, talking about that favorite show, but then he had to go. But then he got his own show, talking about that favorite show. It's called Dishin' with DOOLigan. Dishin' with DOOLigan.
Hey Dooligans, Mr. Dooligan here. Welcome to another episode of Dishin with Dooligan. So how you guys liking the new intro? Want to give a shout out to a special guy, William Gray, who wrote, sang, and played that opening intro for me. I want to give him a thank you and a shout out for doing that for me. So hope you guys like it. I had a lot of fun working with him, putting that together. So let's jump into today's episode of Dishin with Dooligan, and let's see what's going on. So today's episode starts off at University Hospital. John, Marlena, and Paul are there because of this mysterious flu that's going around Salem. So they're kind of trying to figure out how that what's going on because all these people are coming in with this same flu, and not only is Paul there with that, but also Gabby and JJ's there with her along with her mom, trying to figure out what's going on. And apparently Ariana has the same kind of flu too. So the doctors are really trying to figure out what's going on. So after that, we cut away to Hope back in her apartment because Aiden was just arrested and taken away. So she's basically literally picking up the pieces uh, of her broken mug that she dropped. And then Ciara comes home, and of course Ciara's all, you know, not flustered, but she's just has a lot on her mind because of Theo, because he told her that he loved her and they shared a kiss. So they Hope and Sarah are going back and forth with each other because they know each other has problems, but they really don't want to talk about it because Hope doesn't want to tell Ciara about Aiden just yet, and Ciara really doesn't want to tell Hope about Theo just yet. So they have this little bunting of the heads, and then they go their separate ways. And then we cut to the Salem PD where Roman is there and Aiden is brought in. And of course, Roman can't believe his face and automatically thinks that Aiden is some imposter. Um, so they kind of like process him and throw him into the interrogation room. And then so we cut to Caroline and Kayla at the Brady pub. And Caroline and Kayla are talking, and basically they're talking about Joey and what he's going through, and Caroline kind of laughs at Kayla about all the drama that Joey's going through, and Caroline's like, that's nothing compared to what you guys put us through, her and Tom. Did I just say Tom? Sean. So yeah, so she was kind of just chuckling at that, and Kayla was like, "Yeah, but you guys had each other." And of course, in walks Finn, and Caroline's totally like ogling Finn because obviously he's a good-looking guy. And then they basically have Finn and Kayla have lunch or dinner at the pub. And then we cut to Steve. He's kind of trying to look for Joey right now. So he's calling around. He actually calls Joey because he's missing this jacket from his office. And he calls Joey to see if he knows where that's at. What that's gonna tip him off of, we don't know. And then we cut back to the police department, and Roman is there, and he walks in and he starts interrogating Aiden. And Aiden's basically telling him, I'm not going to say anything. I want to talk to Hope. Roman's saying, she's not available. You're going to talk to me. And Aiden's like, nope, I'm not going to say a word. The only person I'm talking to is Hope. So basically, he pleads the fifth and takes his Fifth Amendment and just not going to say anything until Hope gets there. And that kind of angers Roman. But, you know, what can he do if Aiden doesn't talk? Then we go back to Hope and Sierra, and they're still talking about Theo. I mean, I know they parted the ways, but they're still talking about Theo now. And Sierra's just basically telling Hope that she knows that Abe has told Theo to stay away from her, and Hope actually comes clean and says, yes, I knew about this, and offering to talk to Abe about it. But Ciara's like, no, I'm going to do it my own way. I need to be an adult. I'm going to handle this, which I'm pretty proud of Ciara for doing that. I mean, she's 18 now. She's going to be growing up. She's going to be moving out of the house. So hopefully her character will grow and mature. And then we cut to a commercial, and then we come back. And we come back to Kayla and Finn, and they're sitting down having dinner. And of course, they're talking about Steve and the issues that she's going through with Steve. And, Finn's offering, he's kind of pulling a Rafe where he's like, I'm here for you if you need me, want to talk about it, blah, blah, blah. And then Kayla's like, well, I don't know anything about your past. And then Finn kind of comes out and admits that he was a player. And Kayla kind of acknowledges that and says that Steve was a player also, but she's not looking for a player anymore. She wants someone to settle down with. So I think that was a little bit of a hint towards Finn about what she's looking for. And then we cut to Rafe and Dario. They're having drinks at Rafe's house. And Rafe is basically talking to Dario about their father, because Dario again is having these issues with the dad, with the dinner with the Warachis, the other day with JJ and Gabby and the rest of the family. And of course, we all know what's on Dario's mind right now. It's all about Nicole and about Summer. So, but he doesn't tell that to Rafe because obviously he's keeping that from Rafe. So Rafe is just basically thinking it's all about the dad, but we all know why that it's not. Then we shoot to Gabby and JJ. They're back at the hospital. And so Dr. Chung, who's the one that's overseeing this whole flu epidemic thing, is trying to figure out what's going on. He wants to find out where patient zero is at. And so he's asking Gabby all these questions about what she did during that day, what she ate, who she talked with, where did she go. And they kind of zeroed in a little bit back to her photo shoot. Because all the people that were associated with her after that haven't gotten sick, like her brothers, or JJ hasn't gotten sick, or her mom, only Ariana. So maybe that's wherever this photo shoot was taken. Maybe that's what's going on. Like something happened at that place. And then we cut to John, Marlena, and Adriana, which is Gabby's mom, and they're talking about what's going on, because apparently Gabby and Paul were at the same photo shoot, so they were having a photo shoot together. So that could be a link of where this is originated from. So then we cut to a commercial, and then we come back again to Kayla, and Finn, and again they're still continuing talking about Steve. And it's kind of like you see Caroline in the back. She's kind of like eavesdropping, listening into on their conversations and figuring out what they're saying, because I think she's kind of wants her daughter to find love. And I don't know if Caroline still thinks that Steve is not right for her, because obviously he's causing so many problems and all the issues that are coming up, and she just wants to see Kayla settle down. I mean, that's what I believe. And Finn looks like a cool guy. I mean, I know a lot of people are all team Steve and Kayla, but Steve is just, he's not solid, and Kayla needs someone that's solid. I mean, she's not a young girl anymore. She can't be running around chasing after Steve, saving him, from robbers and the ISA and all this other stuff. I mean, she's getting older. She needs to settle down now. So I can see where Caroline is rooting for Kayla. And then we cut to Theo and Abe. They're in the Horton Square, and Steve comes along, and he's basically going all around Salem trying to find his son, and he's asking Abe and Theo if they've seen him, and of course they haven't. But Theo kind of gives him a little information, like, oh well, the last time I saw him was actually when they got arrested. So he's just basically looking for joy all around Salem. And then we cut to Ciara and Claire. Claire comes to visit Ciara, and everybody knows my opinion on Claire. I really don't like this character. No digs at the actress, I just don't like the character. And Claire, Ciara is talking to Claire about moving out, and how she's actually going to move into one of the Demira cottages rent free because I guess they offered that to her. So Chad offered that to her to live there for free. So that's cutting her a break. But Claire's still kind of iffy about moving out. Obviously, she doesn't want to tell her parents because they probably don't want her moving into the Demira property. Um, so we go into that, and then we cut to Theo and Abe back at the Horton Square, and Abe is kind of like checking up on Theo right now, trying to feel out what his situation is still. And he kind of tells Abe, I already told Ciara that you don't want me to see her, and she's saying that she doesn't want to see me. And Abe's like, well, maybe that's for the better. But I give Theo really good credit on this scene because I actually really calls out his father on this. Because someone needs to really call out Abe. I mean, Hope tried doing it; she couldn't do it, and I understand Abe as a father trying to be concerned for his son, but he needs to let his son grow up. I mean, he's 18 years old; he's a man now, but Abe is just not saying. He thinks Theo is like this 8-year-old kid, you know, who's just lost his mother, and he's trying to protect him and shield him, but Theo's trying to like get loose of that grip. So that's what they're talking about, and then we cut to Roman and Rafe. They are back. They're still at the Salem PD, and Rafe comes in and he sees Aiden sitting in the interrogation room, and of course he freaks out and he's like, "What the hell is going on?" And so Roman kind of explains to him the situation, and of course Rafe kind of freaks out because he finds out that Aiden was in Hope's house, and that doesn't settle well with Rafe, so he kind of gets upset. And then Hope walks in and she's kind of trying to convince the boys that she wants to talk to Aiden. And they're like fighting her on this, like, no, you can't go talk to him. You're too close to this, da da da. And she's like, I'm the only one that knows the information. Uh, you know, only knows Aiden. So if he's truly an imposter, I will find out because I'm going to trip him up. So then we cut to Ciara and Claire. And then they're still talking with each other back at Ciara's house. And now they move on to the conversation to Theo. And Ciara asks Claire, Claire asks Ciara if she's in love with Theo. And she's kind of like dancing around the answer, trying to avoid answering it. But it all comes down to she says that she has feelings for Theo, but she wants something more. She's a little bored with the relationship because he's too dependable, too reliant, too trustworthy, too sweet. So it's kind of like the good guys finishing last because Theo is an amazing character. He's an amazing person, and I think he would be really good for Ciara. But she wants something more. And then we cut to Theo and Abe, and Theo is continuing to call out Abe on his actions because, Mark didn't get in trouble, and he calls out Abe that if he's afraid of Mark's father, which is the judge, and of course Abe tries to fight with it, and then finally he realized, he's like, why are you talking? Why are you saying these kind of things? And Theo's like, because it's true. You are just acting a certain way, and you're not listening to me. You're only listening to yourself. And so they kind of go back and forth. And then we cut to Kayla and Caroline, and Caroline's having a kind of like mom-daughter moment with Kayla, explaining to her, she's talking to her about Stephen Finn. So she's kind of giving her 2 cents how she will be supportive with any decision that Kayla makes. But she's kind of like pushing towards Finn, how she wants to see Kayla, settle down and, not be, chasing after Steve, and so she just basically wants the best for her daughter, and she's letting her know that. And then we cut to Steve. He comes into Hope's to Ciara's house, where of course Ciara and Claire at, and he's looking for Joey. And so he asks Ciara, "Do you know where Joey's at?" And Ciara's like, "Well, I didn't see him till last we got arrested." Blah blah blah. And then he confronts Claire, and of course Claire's sitting there like looking all guilty. And he asks Claire, do you know where Joey's at? And she kind of is like, no, and like looking all around. And he kind of like pushes towards, and Claire has like this flashback of when Joey was about to run away with Jade, and he was talking to all of them about where he was going to go and what he was going to do. And of course, Claire breaks down and she tells Steve, well, he said he was going to run away, but I don't know if he's really going to do that. So she kind of like just spills the beans on that, and so Steve's like, well, I don't know if Joey's really up to doing that, but thanks for the info, and he leaves. And then so we go back to the police station, and Hope is still trying to fight with the boys, trying to convince them that she wants to interrogate Aiden, and they're stopping her. So then we cut to a commercial. So we come back, and we're still with Abe and Theo, and they're talking about Ciara, and this part really made me a little emotional. I mean, if you know me, you know that I have a very, very soft spot for Lexi. And you know that Theo's character reminds me of Lexi. Not only does he look like her, has certain features, but he actually has her. See, here we go, emotional again. Oh, he has her heart. Like he, there's a part of Lexi in him, and he actually plays the Lexi card, the mom card, to Abe, and tells him, if mom was here, she'd be telling you, you're just too law and order, you're too strict, blah blah blah. And that kind of made me emotional because Theo's already tugging at my heartstrings as far as his character, and the fact that he brings up his mom again just makes me even more emotional. Uh, so then, so we go to that, and then we cut to Claire and Ciara, and she kind of explains to Ciara that she's not only looking for a bad boy, but she wants excitement. She tells Ciara that she tells Claire that she wants someone like her dad, and then she brings up the story about how Bo saved Hope from the wedding and drove off in the motorcycle. I mean, how many more times can they talk about that scene? But yet they won't show it. Ugh. Anyways, so then we cut to the hospital, and Dr. Chung and Kayla and Finn there, and they're talking about this big flu that's going around. And Kayla actually brings up a point like, maybe people are gonna die from this. So there's like boom, 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 seeing like they close in on Kayla's face. So who knows? Maybe we might see some more deaths. I don't know, because apparently this virus is just spreading all through Salem, and nobody knows the cause of it. Um, and Dario comes and visits Gabby, and he starts talking to her about what's going on. And then we cut to Steve, and he's calling what's her name, Jade's parents, and he kind of realizes that Jade's parents don't give an F about what's going on with Jade, so he kind of lets that go. And then we cut to Ciara and Claire, and basically Ciara kicks Claire out of the house. She's like, oh, I'm so tired, you gotta go, bye. I mean, I would do that with Claire anyways. I'd just get her out of the house as quickly as possible. And as she's leaving, and Ciara's going upstairs, she hears a knock at the door, and of course it's Theo. And Theo comes to the door, and he basically is looking for an answer, because since he told Ciara that he loves her and that he cares for her, he wants to know if she feels the same way. And she kind of, again, dances around the answer. She's like, well, maybe I'm having feelings for you. And Theo just calls her out. I love this about Theo. He's like, well, I think you love me. I think you do. You just don't want to say it. Da, da, da. And he's very sweet about it. He's not being aggressive about it at all. He's just very sweet about it. And, Ciara sees that, and we all know that she's falling for him, but she just doesn't want to admit it. And then he leans in for the kiss, and they kiss again. And then we cut to, the police station, and Hope and Roman and Rafe there. And Hope is still pleading with them, like, I want to talk to, Aiden. And they're like, no, 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 blah, blah, blah. And so she's still arguing with him. So they're like really dragging this whole scene out, just like yesterday's episode. And then we cut to Gabby, who's in the bed at the hospital, and she's beginning very, very delirious at this point. She starts asking her mom to read her the story about the funny fox, and then she starts claiming that she can't see. So this virus is progressing. So now we know that not only do they have flu-like symptoms, but she's also losing her sight. So I don't know where this is gonna go, but this is getting very, very interesting. Um, and then we cut to Steve. He calls Kayla, and he finally tells Kayla that Joey's missing, that he thinks Joey has run away. Above all that Kayla's is going through right now at the hospital, now she has to know that her son has ran away, and we don't know where he is. Um, and then we cut back to the last scene is we cut back to the police department, and Roman discovers that Aiden's fingerprints are not on file. Surprise, surprise. Maybe the Demberas had something to do with that. Um, and then we end the whole episode with Hope going into the interrogation room, and she's going to start interrogating Eden. So we're going to see tomorrow, hopefully, what she is able to get out of him. So that was the end of the episode. It was really, really interesting. Better than yesterday's episode. I think this whole flu thing storyline is. I'm crossing my fingers that this actually is something interesting. I know I had high hopes for the prom. It was a big letdown. So I'm hoping that this whole flu thing is not a big letdown either. So that was the episode. You let me know what you thought of it with your comments. You can put them down below. I didn't send out a tweet today because I started a little late, but I will be doing that. I don't know if I'm going to be sending the tweet out at 1 o'clock because I kind of get everything put together, set up at 1 o'clock. So I'm probably sending out the tweet maybe like 1:15, maybe like 1:20. Um, so guys, keep a lookout for that. I'll be definitely be sending that out tomorrow because I do want your feedback while I'm recording this show. You know what you guys think of the storyline, so I can answer them for you. So leave the comments below. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, what you think. Also, before I go, I want to let you know about Red Nose Day, which is again, I'm going to tell you that Red Nose Day is all about having fun and raising money and changing lives, and it happens Thursday, May 26th, on NBC, 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 8 Central. What Red Nose Day is all about is the money that is raised through Red Nose Day will help transform the lives of children living in poverty in the U.S. and internationally. And I got my nose at Walgreens. They're only $1. I found out that this is an exclusive Red Nose retailer, so you can pick them up there. If you want to find out more information about Red Nose Day, you can go to rednosedayusa.com. That's rednosedayusa.com. And I threw this out yesterday that if you guys want to take a picture, a selfie with your red nose, hashtag Red Nose Day and hashtag Dishin with DOOLigan or at the real at Mr. DOOLigan, that'd be great. I want to see your support for this. I'm definitely supporting it. So that's why I'm promoting it on my show. I want to, I'm all about raising money for children's and changing their lives. So go out, pick up one of these little red noses. Like I said, they're only $1, and take a selfie of it. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Hope you guys enjoyed the new opening. I'm definitely excited about that. So I'm definitely excited about where this show is going to progress. So you guys have a great day. Morning, noon, and night, whenever you're watching this, and I will see you tomorrow. Okay, peace, love, and days. Bye.